Hi guys, I'm Jay living in Seoul. How are you doing? As expected, I'm gonna talk about the Korean lyrics of BTS songs today as well. It's quite difficult to translate Korean lyrics when they are interpreted in many ways or based on social and cultural backgrounds. Go Go is that kind of song. The song was released in 2017 and has already been translated a lot. Nevertheless, there is still something to explain about the nuance and social and cultural background. So today I'm gonna tell you not only translation of the words or sentences of the song, but also many proverbs you can see via this song. I'm gonna let you know the social background behind of the song and what they wanted to say. First of all, let's focus on the lyrics that convey the key message of the song. If you listen to the beginning of this song, you can see 4 characteristics of the song. 달러 하루아침에 전부 탕진. 달려 내가 벌어 내가 샀지. 열일해서 번 나의 pay 전부 다 내 배에. Firstly, he tries hard to make money. The word 달려 literally means run, but at the same time, it expresses working hard diligently. In the lyrics such as 내가 벌어 내가 샀지, I'm extravagant with what I earn, or 열일해서 번 나의 pay. My pay earned by hard work, you can see that this income was only earned by his labor and efforts. 돈 없지만 떠나고 싶어 멀리로. 난 돈 없지만서도 풀고 싶어 피로. 돈 없지만 먹고 싶어 오노지로. Secondly, what we can see here is that he earns very little. In the lyrics, you can see the phrase 돈 없지만, which means even though I don't have many 3 times. And he said that all the money he earned from his hard work went into his stomach, which may indicate a luxurious life, but actually it also means too little income to cover the food expenses. 난 원해 cruising on the bay, 원해 cruising like Nemo. Thirdly, he also has a desire to do something like everyone else. He wants to go on a cruise and enjoy the beach like Nemo, release his fatigue and eat delicious food. Lastly, he decides to spend all the small money he earns for himself. You can spend it all or save it for the future, regardless of whether you make money a lot or a little. He makes less money, but he decided to spend it all for the present rather than saving it for the future. The most important word to interpret this song is 탕진잼. 탕진 means spending everything you have. 탕진 is usually used for a lot of money or a huge asset. 잼 is fun, and 탕진잼 means the fun that you get from a small waste. So this word sounds very paradoxical. It shows that young people feel that they have squandered even though it's not that big money. When you use up what you have now without leaving it for the future, it might mean you have no expectations or hopes for a future. It's like you are frustrated with the current situation that you almost gave up on the future. So this word is sarcastic and self-mocking, and at the same time it's kind of humorous. This word first appeared around 2014 and became very popular in 2017. The song reflects the social situation of the time. These days, young Koreans are now into investment techniques. 티끌 모아 티끌. One of the famous proverbs in Korea is 티끌 모아 태산. Tickle means a piece of dust. 모으다 means gather. 태산 is a huge mountain. So 티끌 모아 태산 means that small grains of soil gather one by one and eventually become a huge mountain. In other words, saving small amounts of money little by little becomes a tremendous amount of money. This has long been a driving force for Koreans to work hard and save money. But at some point, people began to feel that it was almost impossible to collect their small salaries and buy expensive houses or keep up with the consumption levels enjoyed by the rich. Such frustration has led to a new trend in the word 티끌 모아 티끌. Even if you collect dust, it's only dust. It shows a marker of one's own incompetence and distrust in society. 내버려둬, 과소비 해버려도, 내일 아침 내가 미친놈처럼 내 적금을 깨버려도. Installment savings are constantly saving money little by little every month. This is one of the representative efforts to prepare for the future. Basically, 깨다 means break. This is a word used when glasses, ceramics, etc. are broken. However, it is also used to cancel contracts, appointments, or withdraw large amounts of money from bank accounts. The use 게다 readily offshore banking term 해약하다 indicates that he is saying this very spontaneously and emotionally. He says he will overspend today even if he has to break the installment savings he has prepared for the future. 내일은 없어. Specifically, they are saying there's no tomorrow. 내 미래는 벌써 저당 잡혔어. 저당, a mortgage, means leaving something to borrow money. If you leave your collateral and borrow money, you lose your authority over it. But in return, you can spend the money now. It is similar that the future is mortgaged. It means that you lose the right to decide about your future in exchange for your current income. You always need a certain income just to live a normal day. That may be why he likened living on a monthly salary to a mortgage by continuing to work diligently for a very long time. Or maybe he has already loaned money like students' loans. In any case, he predicts that in the future, he will be busy making ends meet. 쥐구멍 더 뜰 때까지, 해가 뜰 때까지. 욜로. 탕진잼. Here comes another famous Korean Proverbs. It's 쥐구멍에도 볕 뜰 날이 있다. Even a mouse hole has a sunny day. If you live in the darkest hole in the corner, you probably have no hope for the future. Living in a red hole may mean you are at the bottom of your life, but this proverb says that if you live in a hole like that, there will eventually be a sunny day there too. It's a proverb that means a small hope that never gives up amidst a faint hope or deep frustration. So the YOLO and the 탕진잼 after this proverb are slightly different in nuance from the previous ones. If the previous one has a nuance of laughing at himself while being a little ashamed of himself, this time it's a nuance of finding joy in reality and enjoying it even if it doesn't have much money. Now, from here on out, the flow of this song changes. If the beginning of the song expresses the position of those who have lost hope in society, the latter part is a bit different. 내 일주일 월화수목 금금금금. He says he's been working hard every day as if the weekend didn't exist. In the beginning, he focused on young people hanging out and luxury, but this time shows how hard they work. The song expresses that the younger generation, which adults always think is pathetic, is still doing their best and living hard. 내 통장은 야, 밑 빠진 독이야. 남 매일같이 물 붓는 중. Now again, this time there is another proverb about money. It's 밑 빠진 독에 물 붓기, pouring water into a bottomless jar. It's from the Korean traditional tale 콩쥐팥쥐, which often appears in one BTS episodes. 콩쥐's stepmother ordered 콩쥐 to do all sorts of chores, one of which was to fill the broken bottom jar with water. This proverb is used to describe an enormous amount of effort being completely wasted. Even if you receive a salary, it all disappears instantly due to student loans, monthly rent, food and living expenses. So sometimes people try very hard, but they can't save a bit or move forward. For young people in this deep despair, BTS says like this. 차라리 그냥 깨버려. This may mean break your bank book savings and spend the money, but it may mean break the certain part of social structure which looks like a broken jar. There is a small sense of guilt or defeat because the expression 탕진잼, spending fun itself means I wasted my money after a trivial consumption, and at the same time there is an anxiety or a concern about the future. Earlier, I said that 탕진잼 is a self-mocking expression and has an attitude and a nuance that belittles oneself. But here, BTS says, no, it's okay. Here's what BTS says. 걱정만 하기엔 우린 꽤 젊어. We are young to weigh ideals, reality, future, and present. Don't worry too much and just give it a try. I'm sure worried that it's a luxury to fulfill your dream, but it's okay. We're still quite young. 오늘만은 고민보다 고우해버려. 고민 is concern, 보다 is rather than. 고민보단 고우해버려 means stop worrying and just do it. 쫄면서 아끼다간 똥이 돼버려. If you save everything while being scared, it'll end up in shit. Here comes another proverb. It's 아끼다 똥 된다. It means if you have saved something too dearly, it ends up being poorly spent and worthless like shit. This means that it is really wise to be able to use something properly at the moment it is necessary to use it. So this line says that if you are too afraid to try any challenges, the difficulties you face now can be futile. The word 문대버려 is a strong expression of 문질러 that goes well with chunks like shit. The nuance of this action is not to be precise, delicate, or prepared at all, but to be reckless driven. In other words, this song tells you that you don't have to hesitate to try something because you're afraid of not getting the perfect result. So what did the BTS want to say in this song? Are they asking people to spend all their money, or are they blaming those people? To better understand this song, let's take a look at the social and cultural background of this song first. As many people know, Korea has experienced very fast economic growth since the Korean War. After the Korean War and division, Korea was completely devastated. The desire to rebuild the country, capitalism, and Confucian sincerity combined to result in economic growth. As a result, older generations have come to believe that hard work pays off. Korea is known to have a very competitive culture. I think it has something to do with rapid economic growth based on competitiveness, successism. It was Koreans' virtues and traditional values to sacrifice the present for the future, such as enduring the pain of the present for the future, saving money by reducing the current consumption for the future, and studying even if you sleep less to enter a good university later. However, the world faced by this generation after that was a little different. Economic growth has already been achieved to some extent, and the state of low growth has continued. Young people have come to an era where they study more and try harder than adults in the past, but achieve less. So they are slowly starting to feel that the lessons of the older generation no longer fit today. The perception has begun to spread that it is better to enjoy the present moment or be satisfied with what you have than to entrust the present happiness in the vague and opaque future. Especially in the 2010s, the concept of YOLO came into Korea and began to affect young people in particular. And an atmosphere has been created to focus and enjoy the present more and more. When this concept was first introduced, it was accepted as an idea of pursuing complacent, less consumptive, and less competitive. However, as time went by, it was often used as a reason for current luxury or waste rather than satisfaction with small things. Then, who is this song for? And what are they talking about? The first half of the song is for BTS to speak for young people's voices towards society. They express how young people are frustrated and discouraged in front of huge barriers. They are asking to older generations and existing social structures whether this society is decent and healthy, whether the direction of this society is right. The latter part of the song is directed at young people. They are telling young people to challenge a society that has already been preoccupied with older generations, even if it seems reckless, even though the barrier may seem too solid and high. What's the title of this song? It's Go-Go in English, but the Korean title is 고민보다 Go, which means go rather than worry. In Go Stop, a Korean card game, go means taking the risk and challenge the game again at the moment of choosing whether to stop or continue the game anew. In this song, they are not telling young people that the future will be bright. The present is not paradise, nor is there a rosy future ahead. That's the reality, but that doesn't mean you have to be disappointed and lose it. I think the main theme of this song is to not be afraid and rather challenge yourself even if your attempts are going to be crap anyway. Of course, it doesn't mean that your attempts is crap. It means that even if your attempts fails, it's worth it. That's it for today. Did you enjoy the video? If you liked the video, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye!